Yo! It's FattMann and the Chopper Power. Hey man, I got a great, oh man, it's I don't even really know how to explain it, man. Formal WNBA. Now she's in the real estate. And we're finna pick up brain today, man. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Chopper Power, and this is Toccara Williams.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, baby, for coming through, man. I appreciate this, man. This is huge for me, man. Let me tell you, man. Wow, I've been looking forward to this all day. I've been researching the shit out you. I ain't gonna even lie, man, you know? So what's going on?
Nothing much, man. In this real estate world, trying to kill it, you know? Just how I did on the basketball court. Take that over to real estate, try to do my thing.
Exactly. Wow, man. WNBA. Let's start there, man. Well, no, let's start. Where you went to high school?
South Broward.
South Broward.
Home of the Bulldogs.
Home of the Bulldogs?
Come on now.
There it is. So that's where it started at for you.
That's actually where it started at. I'll take it even back further. Just growing up in Liberia, which is a little section in Hollywood.
LIB.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about it, but that's where it started at.
Okay.
Right on those streets, playing with my friends, family, got me right, and learned to never fear anything.
Got you.
Became a product of my environment.
That's what it is.
You know, we had addicts. I just turned into an addict of the sport I played.
Got you. A lot of dedication, a lot of long hours in the gym and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir. A lot of sacrifice. You know, if you want to be at a certain level, there's certain things that you can't partake in. Okay. You know, you got to give up some partying at times, but when you know where you want to be, it's worth it in the end.
Most definitely. So you used to hoop at the PAL, Hollywood PAL?
Oh yeah, PAL, Teen Center, MLK, with the grown men. You know what I'm saying? That's what you learn with the grown men.
I heard your handles was sick.
Yeah, hey, I was sweet with it now.
That's the nickname, Sweet, right?
Yeah, that's my nickname. I got that from my dad.
Okay.
He grew up in Liberia as well. My mom too.
Okay.
They called him Sweetback.
Sweetback. Okay.
Yeah, he was a PG. Left-handed. I was right-handed though. That's the only difference between me and him.
How about that, man? The left-handed dude was dangerous as hell, man.
Yeah. They say he was the first Allen Iverson.
Really?
That's what they say. I never seen him play.
Okay. How? He's still around?
No, he passed away when I was 8. He actually got murdered at the Inferno, the club that was on the other side of Hollywood.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, so I was 8.
Ago.
Yeah, he was 25.
You still remember that?
Yeah, I remember him, and I remember getting that phone call. Well, my aunt got the phone call. I was actually staying the night with her at the time, and you know, you just never forget something like that. You know, I just seen her reaction. Of course, they didn't say anything to me at the time about what was going on, and I was young, you know, didn't really understand it.
Right.
But you know, as you grow, you know, basketball was something that I could keep a part of me.
Right.
That was a part of him. So I could keep his legacy going through me. Through that.
Ain't no old footage of him laying around nowhere?
Nah, you know, it wasn't no videotapes back then.
That's true. At least we didn't have them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, you know, a lot of his friends tell me that I'm the walking footage of him. So
no doubt.
I'll take that.
No doubt.
You know,
no doubt. So who's some of the outside of your dad? I know he really influential to you, even at a young age. Who were some of the players that motivated you to want to go the distance as far as basketball goes?
Man, you know, MJ was my man back in the day. You know, we watched NBA action.
Okay.
You had MJ, Magic Johnson. So when you kind of put those two people together,
you
know, because I like to throw the no looks. I like the handle part of it, but you know, if I got to score, I will.
Okay.
So, you know,
nice with it, huh?
Yeah.
I heard, man. I heard after doing some research, they say, man, the handles was. You always play point?
I always played point. I go to the 2, you know what I'm saying? If coach said go to the 2, go to the 2. You know, I never wanted to be one-dimensional. You want to be versatile.
No doubt about it.
Made myself versatile, and hey, if I had to be the one, time to put them on skates.
What's your paint game? You like to go to paint?
I go down there too. I ain't scared of nobody.
You go down there too?
Yeah. I ain't scared of nobody.
Man, that paint game, man.
Yeah.
That says a lot though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, on my father's side, my cousins, they played as well, and they 6'8", 6'4", 6'6". So growing up, when I would play against them, they would block my shots, so I had to learn how to do something to get around them. Because if I can't just shoot around them, I'm small and they 6'6", so they gonna block it regardless.
Gotcha.
My handles came from there.
Gotcha.
I became quick because they're already quicker, and they would take me to the park to play against the guys. They wouldn't let me play against girls.
Really? You guys play rough with you?
Yeah, but, well, you know, at first glance, they don't take me serious.
Gotcha.
You know, you got this little girl, ain't doing that, but all you gotta do is one thing.
Couple minutes in.
Attention.
Yeah, a couple minutes in. They know what it is right out the gate, ain't it?
Already.
We gotta put a body on it, some type of way.
Absolutely.
So, you say South Broward Bulldogs.
South Broward Bulldogs.
You played JV?
I never played JV.
Straight varsity?
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
Big girls all right out the gate. God damn, don't get no better than that. That tells you had a different type of intensity right there.
Yeah, you know, when you step on the court, in anything you do, you know, you step on the court, you can't be fearful. You know, you go in, you gotta be confident in what you do too.
No doubt
You know what
about
I'm
it.
saying? So I was blessed to have great coaches. My coach, Coach Ward, she's still like my coach right now.
Gotcha.
You know, even with real estate, she don't sell real estate, but she's still coaching me through it as well.
Mentor.
So, yeah,
Definitely.
very
Man.
important.
Don't get no better than that. So you played 3 years of varsity.
I went to Boyd Anderson my first year because we moved to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And I played varsity there as a freshman.
Okay.
Then I went to South Broward 3 years.
How did that happen when you want to Boyd Anderson? You were living up this way at the time?
Yeah, my mom moved up to Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And literally like right around the corner from Boyd Anderson, across the lake in Oakland Forest Club.
Okay.
So, Dillard was at me. That was a no-go.
Gotcha.
I know I wasn't going to be there long, but
Gotcha.
I knew the coach at Boyd Anderson as well, so I selected to go there.
Right. So you never did end up at one of these prestigious
Nah, they was at
high
me
schools.
though. No, they were at me University
Thomas's
School.
and all
Yeah,
that
they was
stuff.
trying. I didn't go that route. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
You kept it in the hood, right? Ain't so many words.
Yeah, no.
You stayed down in the play. You kept it
For
hood.
sure.
You don't get no better than that.
Yeah.
With a storyline like your storyline, man, that's really don't happen that way.
Exactly.
Then a lot of people chase the school that got more repability and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
man, that's super cool. So from Boyd Anderson, South Broward, your last year, let's fast forward. Your last year at Broward,
Okay.
was the draft was the scouts out there at you heavy like that?
Yeah, I had a lot of college offers. Getting in, and then with South Florida, it's so hard for girls basketball because people look at South Florida number one as a football state.
Gotcha.
Our football teams they legit. I can't front.
Right.
It's definitely a football state.
Right.
But they don't look here as much for girls basketball. They just think you're athletic, no IQ.
Okay.
You don't got the skill. You just athletic.
Gotcha.
So they put us in that box.
Gotcha.
So it's about getting out the box.
Okay.
You know?
Okay, I like that. So it's safe to say when you left, it was hard for you to choose colleges to go to at that point?
Well, when I started taking my official visits, that was, it's like, okay, where do you want to go to visit your schools? So I visited Howard. It was their homecoming weekend.
Shout out to Howard.
HBCU. I did visit Howard.
I did too with my daughter. So I do know about that. It was cold as hell we went down that time too. Cold as hell, man. I couldn't deal with that.
Yeah. So I went there and visited them. And it was a great experience. I can't front. It was a great experience.
Okay.
Went to Southern Mississippi. I visited there. And then when I visited Texas A&M, I just knew that was it.
That's where you wanted to be.
That was it.
That's Southern. That's still Southern.
It's still Southern. I didn't want to stay in the state of Florida.
Okay.
UM, FSU, Florida Gators.
Okay. Did you visit family?
I didn't visit fam. I gave it to Howard. So all my FAMU peoples, I love y'all still. Even though y'all say y'all got the best college in the land.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but it worked for you at that time period.
Absolutely. It was the right fit for me.
No doubt about it. So your experience in Texas A&M, how was that?
Oh man, it was phenomenal. Even going there, my freshman year, I started.
Okay.
I played all 40 minutes just about. So
that?
even right now, I have the most minutes played in school history.
Oh wow.
Male or female.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got other stats. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. You got other stats that trump that stat right there, man. Yeah, I read in your bio that you had one steal. You don't want with that record. One steal every game of your whole time that you was there.
Absolutely. One steal and assist. So I'm the only player in NCAA history that has a steal and assist in every game that they play.
My God, how you do that?
Man, you know what?
That ain't luck, man.
It's not.
That's not luck, man. I'm telling you.
And one thing about it, I'm gonna tell you, even when I got to college, I said, you know what? I prayed every night. So this is 4 years of praying. God, I want you to make me the best collegiate basketball player in the world.
That's what I'm talking about.
I stuck to that prayer. And no matter what the record showed, I still got out and performed.
Wow.
So, I mean, I wasn't thinking about that stat line when it happened, but now that I can look back, it's like, wow.
Gotcha. Did you sustain any injuries back in that time?
I just ankle sprains. That's it.
Just
ankle sprains. Nothing major.
Nothing major.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, seriously though.
For real.
Seriously though.
Thank God.
So that was 4 years. 4 years.
4 years.
4 years over there in Texas.
Yeah.
And that your final year there, they was knocking on your door?
Yeah, you know what? We weren't winning, so now go back to politics, right? So I came from South Broward where I probably lost 8 games total.
Okay.
On the high school level. I get to Texas A&M, I lost 66 games in my career.
Oh wow.
66, which is a lot. That's a lot of learning.
Yeah,
it's
no
a
doubt
lot
about
of
it. No doubt about it. And you were driving the boat at that particular at Texas. You was pretty much the driver.
Yes. Right when I got on that campus, the coach said, I can't guarantee you that you're gonna be starting, but in my mind, I'm gonna get that.
Right.
Number one, it's not about skill. Nobody's gonna outwork me.
Gotcha.
I'm from Hollywood. We work for everything.
Straight up.
We work for everything.
Talk your shit.
So
talk it.
So I knew that if whoever was there, it didn't matter if there was a senior, whatever, don't matter. Nobody's gonna outwork me for this spot because I want that spot.
Gotcha.
I want it.
Gotcha.
So they say they want pressure. I want that pressure.
That's what it is.
I want that pressure.
That's what you saw. What you was up against.
Yeah.
When you first got there, you saw what okay, I want that spot there.
Yeah, I want that spot.
There it is.
Absolutely.
There it is. So your fourth year, your final year, did you already up until let's say your third year? Did you already? Was you was looking forward to going in the collegiate level of it? Was WNBA around then, right?
Yeah. So WNBA came around in 1996. I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
So growing up, my thing was I want to be the first woman to play in the NBA because we didn't have a WNBA.
Right.
I didn't know about overseas because nobody told me women could go overseas.
Right.
So my thing was I'm gonna be the first woman in the NBA.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the goal. So when the WNBA came around, it's like, oh, if I wanted to be in the NBA, well, this is gonna be cake.
I feel what you're saying.
Not saying it's gonna be easy, but it's like, all right, I got something to look forward to now.
Gotcha. Wow. So at that point in time, so you were looking forward to say 96 WNBA.
96 WNBA, first inception of the WNBA.
What was your last year in college?
My last year in college, 2004.
2004. So basically, it was still new. That was a newborn baby.
Yeah. Right now, it's only 25 years in the WNBA. That's how long the WNBA has been established. For like 25 years.
I remember back when it first came, they would say they were having issues filling up the stands and things of that nature. People who really ain't know how to really view it.
Yeah, and you know what? They still faced with the same issues. You know what I'm saying?
Still today.
Yeah. But a lot of times we try to compare it to the NBA. That's a 75-year-old league that you're comparing it to, you're comparing it to where the NBA is right now, not versus where they started.
Gotcha.
So you got to give everything time to develop and build.
Right.
I don't know if it'll get to the status of the NBA because our society isn't disciplined to watch women's anything.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
These niggas only want to watch volleyball. You know why they want to watch that? I'm gonna call it what it is.
You know what
they only want to watch volleyball.
You know what it is.
Yeah, I get it, man.
Remember Dennis Rodman trying to do the bikini league with basketball?
Exactly. So this is sexist / you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got a true found respect for what y'all do.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. You got to be more skilled, because the guys are just they're athletic all by themselves, just naturally. So you got to do some different stuff. You know, you got to be more smarter. High level IQ, and then your skill set.
Gotcha.
You gotta have it.
So fast forward a second, you ended up going to San Antonio.
Yes.
Okay. What led up into that? Did they knock at your door and was it a situation where they knocked and you say, all right, go ahead, go on in, or was it other teams?
They were calling and talking to the coach, and the coach would tell me, hey, this team called interested in you.
Okay.
And it's like when draft time hits, it's like that's when nerves kick in, because like, man, your dream can literally become a reality or not happen.
Gotcha.
And you literally have no control over it.
Gotcha.
So wins and losses of your collegiate record comes into play. It's like, damn, we ain't been winning, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Right.
But my resume, as far as what I did on the court, that's stand up with the best.
You low hanging fruit. You was low hanging fruit.
Yeah, that's stand up with the best.
No doubt about it.
I'm used to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Used to being an underdog.
No doubt about it.
That's what we learned. That's our problem.
Great way to put that, Toccara.
Absolutely.
Great way to put that, man. Because I tell you one thing about it, it could be the losingest team. You could be like that little movie, whatever that movie was, the little boy that had the ball club. If you're A-list player on that team, that's gonna break through the mold anyway.
Exactly.
Whether the team winning or not.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Somebody watching.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So, San Antonio draft day, man. What was that like?
Oh man, we were the coaches rented out a restaurant. All my teammates were there. My parents were still. Well, my mom was still here. My mom and my stepdad was still here in Florida.
Okay.
And we just sitting watching, and only the first rounders were invited to the draft, right?
Gotcha.
But I was predicted to go in the first round. So,
really?
Yeah. I was predicted to go in the first round.
You had an agent at this point?
Yes, I had an agent. She was out of California.
Okay.
So I was predicted to go first round. I had a video and everything so that when it happened, boom, they were going to shoot the video.
Straight up.
They were going to play it.
Straight up.
So it didn't happen then. Second round comes. I'm looking, I'm like, all right. It didn't happen then. So I'm like, damn.
When is it going to happen?
I'm like, what the? You know, so coach in my ear, he's like, man, well, you know, you got overseas. I'm like, overseas? That ain't it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, TV flashed off and it came back on. My name on the board, San Antonio. Boom. I'm like, all right.
Wow.
I'm bleeding. I'm like, all right, this thing is about to happen.
Right.
And, you know, and from there, I get the phone call from San Antonio, and D. Brown was the coach.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
D. Brown.
D. Brown, slam dunk champ.
Yeah,
Boom.
champ, slam
you know
dunk
it.
champ. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he called you?
Yeah, he called, and you know, we talked, and I was like, man, thank you for the opportunity. I'm gonna make the most of it.
Okay.
Go to training camp, and the thing is, in the WNBA, you go to training camp, you can get cut. You can get cut,
That's how
even
that
though
works.
you're drafted. You can be cut.
Wow.
Your contract, nothing's set in stone.
Really?
You can be cut.
Even the NBA? I always heard that about football in the NFL, but I ain't know that's how it work in that league as well.
Yeah, you can be cut. So it's like, man, all right. You know, I'm drafted third round, so I'm like, okay. They drafted somebody else. They drafted a post player in the second round. San Antonio did.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, you know, you just got to go there. Same mentality as Texas A&M.
Right.
Go there, do your thing. And at the time, point guard there was an Olympian, all-star. So I'm like, all right, this is what you got to be up against.
No pressure.
Underdog. You know, go get better. You going to learn, but you going to do your thing too.
Right. Was you trying to show out in practice to show them that you could do it? That got that dog in you?
I knew they knew what I can do. So now it's just, you know, you got to show them with all the other competition around you. Because now everything is expanded. Players are better. You know, just like you elevate every level.
No
like
doubt.
high school, you might get 2-3 players on the team that's good.
Gotcha.
College, start at 5. They're awesome. Some people have a rotation from the 6th to 7th man. But in the WNBA, hell, everybody good.
Right.
Everybody was the person at whatever school they was at.
And they on right. You're right.
Absolutely.
Right.
So the players are faster. You know, everybody can shoot better. So now it's like, what can you bring to the table to separate you from everybody else?
No doubt.
You know, I know for me, with my high school coach, play D. Play D. If you don't do nothing else, play D.
Right.
I know I can handle the ball. I know I can run the team. Focus in on D.
No doubt.
Because that's what I did at Texas A&M. I had the steal record.
Gotcha.
The all-time steal record at Texas A&M.
Right, I read that.
So it's like, all right, focus on that. You know, and I did that, made the team, and yeah, rest is history.
Rest is history. Wow. So, going fast forward a little bit. So the Texas A&M, you said 2 years.
Yep.
And then you
Texas A&M, 4 years.
4 years Texas A&M. Wow.
Yep.
What's the? Do they got a bottom line rate coming in as far as bread go, or how that work? Is it 6 figures coming in?
For a WNBA? Oh God, no. No.
Get out of here, for real?
Let me take you all the way back now.
I'm staying in the garbage truck, man.
Yeah, might as well.
That's the case. Fuck
No,
that.
for real.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'll take you through it because I think a lot of people thought like, man, you got drafted, you good. Like somebody told me I was making $1 million. I'm like, damn, where?
It's talk that shit.
That's
They don't know though.
Yeah.
But we get caught up in that because we see
Absolutely.
the
See
TV,
the
the lights, and this and that. You know what I mean?
So I got drafted in the 3rd round.
Okay.
And my salary for the WNBA is my salary, $38,000.
Get the fuck out of here.
$38,000.
Really?
$38,000. You get an apartment, they give you a car, they pay for your food.
Okay.
But $38,000 is your base salary.
No bonuses?
If you're in the 1st round, you will get privy to the bonuses. So you may get endorsements from like a Nike or whoever is looking to endorse you. But remember, I didn't come from a UConn.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
like
saying?
Ivy League school.
Correct. I didn't come from that. I came from Texas A&M where we weren't winning.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So, and again, I was projected to go in the 1st round, but I didn't.
Gotcha.
So, you know, the base salary was $35. You know, when I went in there.
Wow.
And for me going in.
Your black, close to the end of your career there, did it go up from that 38?
Well, I spent my 1st year in San Antonio. Then I went overseas because after you get that base salary, like your pay doesn't continue. So you're getting paid while you're in season.
Okay.
So now when you go overseas, that's when you can make some more money. I ended up coming back. I came back home for a few, and then I went to training camp. Our coaching staff got fired.
Okay.
He left, and then a new coach came in. I ended up getting walking pneumonia. during training camp, so the new coaches couldn't really see me.
Oh wow.
And I really my win wasn't there.
Gotcha.
So I ended up actually getting released out of my contract.
Okay.
And before I left, one of the old coaches came up to me and said, "Man, you know, Toccara, last year you did everything we wanted you to do. You were started, the games that you started, you played the whole 40. You didn't have any turnovers, but we had to play who management told us to play."
Wow.
Heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking because it's like, damn, no matter what I do, this is always going to be there. That's when I learned about politics. I think if I never knew about politics, I'd just be oblivious and basketball is what I love, but it turns into business.
No doubt.
Yeah, and that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard.
No doubt.
That's definitely hard.
I just was explaining that to Brother Brown just now, how that works. We might not like a lot of decisions they make.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But you might have a guy, you clearly better than this guy. But the political side of it gonna win every fucking time.
And I understand it. You know what I'm saying? As a business owner.
At the time, you probably didn't know.
I had no understanding. No understanding. So I went through a transition. It's like, no matter what I do, this is gonna be on the table. And I'm thinking, you mean everywhere I go, this is gonna happen.
Right.
When it comes to basketball.
Right.
Because I'm looking at all the negatives.
Right.
I didn't come from a winning program, even though I have all these records. All these prominent point guards are already in the league, so I'm gonna be playing behind them. To me, it's gonna be the same thing.
Right.
Same story,
Yeah.
over and over.
Hamster wheel.
Yeah, I don't want to go through that.
Yeah.
And I went through that with my agent. I told him, hey, I don't want to play no more, man.
Yeah, that did it for you.
It did.
Rehabilitation him out?
Very much so, because I've been doing this all my life.
Right.
And I've
just
never...
to get to this point and see this how this go. Right. Once you make it to the collegiate level.
Yeah. And I've never felt that basketball until that moment. You know what I'm saying? So if you've never been in it, to know that, and I don't think people knew how to tell me, man, it's gonna be good, just keep going. It's just it's hard. It's like you go through a depression. And you don't know that you're depressed.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So it's like a part of you is taken away.
Right. So you decided to walk away from Texas, and you say you went overseas. Mm-hmm. Did you use your same agent or?
Yeah, I used the same agent when I went to Turkey. Okay. And I told her, I'm done with it. I ain't trying to do that.
Right.
And that's the reason why I got my real estate license, because of her.
That's
so we'll get into that when
you're
ready.
We'll get into that. Yeah.
But she was like, no, Toccara, don't give up on it. I'm gonna keep working for you. And she got me a tryout at Seattle.
Okay.
So Sue Bird is in Seattle.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, god damn, I just had an Olympian and the All-Star that I was playing against over here. So in my eyes, I'm looking at it as you going into the same situation.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to jump this off.
Like this.
Yeah, I get it.
Sue Bird with the UConn.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I believe shit. Yeah, I get it. Totally. Like you behind the 8 balls coming in.
Yeah, it's like.
Now I got a whole lot to prove.
Correct.
You know
and it's
what
like,
I mean?
I'm like, man, it's gonna be the same thing. And I didn't work out. I didn't do anything. I was just, living life. Okay. And my agent was like, it's time for you to go. And I said, man, to be honest, I don't want to go. I'm good. I don't even want to play anymore. And the coach at the time was Ann Donovan. She passed away, God rest her soul. She called me. And she was like, Toccara, we really want you here. And I said, Coach, I'm going to be real with you. I haven't been doing anything. So if I come there, I'm going to be out of shape. She said, don't worry about it. Everybody's out of shape. I said, no, Coach, I don't think you understand. I'm out of shape. I blocked that out.
Right.
That part of my life I blocked out. Because I think it was blocked out more from her versus I can do this.
Right.
It was like, damn, basketball reject me. That's the one thing that I know would never reject.
Right.
Is basketball.
Right.
So it's like, nah, Coach, I'm out of shape. I haven't did nothing since they released me up out my country.
How many years they have been?
Man, a whole year. So we talking a whole 365 of no working out.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Man,
think about how out of shape.
I go 2 days and I'm in trouble, man. You talking about 365 when you normally a go.
Right, exactly.
So, you say the Turkey situation. Mm-hmm. You ended up playing in Turkey for how long?
Yeah, I was there for half a season, so I was there for 6 months.
6 months in Turkey.
Yep.
Okay, how was that?
It was good, it snowed every day.
Language barrier?
Yeah, I didn't understand anybody. No. One of my teammates spoke English, but me and the coach, the only thing I understand him saying, sweet. I taught him my name.
Yeah, there it is. Wait, so your PT was pretty good there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they love me over there.
Yeah. Hey, can you get endorsements when you go to other countries?
Depending on who you could, depending on who you are. Once again, we're gonna bring the politics tickets in because if you are one of those marquee players from the league, you know, they gonna treat you like gold.
No doubt.
You know, they're gonna treat you like gold. Although I wasn't treated bad where I was at.
Right,
but,
right.
You know, the higher your status in the WNBA, the higher your status is gonna be overseas.
Yeah, no doubt. What about the pay? Was the pay the same?
Yeah, the pay it a little bit better overseas.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit better overseas.
Okay. The working people want to know, because I'm sure these old niggas like, man, ask the question. Is it every week or every 2 weeks they pay?
I want to say I got paid monthly. I want to say I got mine monthly. Again, I had a stipend, a full stipend, apartment, and a car, just like the WNBA as well. Yeah.
Close by the facility where y'all practice at?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I didn't stay far. I could have walked to the facility, which I did several times.
So they pay for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said it was cold?
Yeah, man.
All the time?
It snowed every day when I was in Turkey.
Oh my God.
Every day.
How you manage? What's the food like?
Man, you know, that's tough. I'm a picky eater. That's number one. I'm a picky eater. So I stuck to chicken. I know what chicken is. I know what chicken is.
Yeah. How was you eating it at that time? Bake?
Chicken and salads, man. Yeah. If they bake it, I ain't too much good with the fry. You know, not necessarily fried. But
how the grocery store work? How that work when you had to go shopping for yourself?
Visuals.
Hey, they don't get no better than that. We always can figure that out, right?
Visuals.
Put the circle in the square, put the square in the circle, we gonna figure this thing out. You know what I mean? Wow. So Turkey 6 months, and from what? I read Japan and Europe?
Yeah, I went to Turkey, Korea, China, and Israel. Israel was my last spot. Loved that. Loved it.
That's almost like their motherland, right?
Yeah.
Israel, what is that's close to?
That's Jerusalem. You know, Jerusalem.
Yeah.
I visited the Western Wall. It's kind of like, you know, you're like, damn, I'm where Jesus walked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Very spiritual, man.
How long you played, Joe?
I was there for half a season as well.
Half a season as well. And that was your last?
Yeah, that was my last stint. That was in 2012.
2012.
Well, 2011. It ended in 2011. And in 2012, you know, I decided.
What happened? You just didn't want to play no? You were passionate?
Yeah, man. You know, when you see, I was old in basketball years.
Okay.
You know, you see that new group coming in, they faster.
What age bracket that is?
Man, they're 22 coming out of college.
Okay.
And then, you know, I graduated in 04, and now it's 12, so I'm about close to 30. You know what I'm saying? Like 30, yeah. So it's like, man.
You felt the game a little faster, kids a little faster.
Yeah, I pulled the hamstring. Like, I never pulled the hamstring before my life. Yeah,
trying to keep up.
It's time.
No doubt.
It's
no
time.
doubt. So you knew you recognized that, because a lot of people don't. They don't want to put it down.
Yeah, it's time. It's time. And I'm okay with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that. I had to make my bargain with God. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm in the land where Jesus walked. Wherever you want me to go, I'm going to go. If you're going to use me, continue to use me as a blessing through basketball, no problem.
No doubt about it.
But if this is it, this is it.
Right.
And I'm at peace with that.
Wow. So that last so you were contracted with Israel.
Yeah.
That was a contract, what, 1 year contract?
Yep.
Okay. And now you spoke earlier about your agent telling you about real estate.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she brought me into that while I was in the WNBA.
Right.
She's like,
early on.
Yeah. She's like, get your real estate license. And, you know, she was an agent. She was a real estate agent in California.
Okay.
And she's a sports agent, so she had football players.
Right.
So she's like, look, we can create a pipeline from LA to, you know, from California to Florida.
Right.
She's like, when these athletes ready to move there, I can send it to you and you can refer to me. So I'm like, you mean to tell me I can get paid by just telling you somebody want to buy me, fill out paperwork, and we good?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, okay.
You didn't see that in the future at the time, huh?
No. Real estate, I knew nothing about real estate.
Right.
I mean, zero.
Right.
Like, that was the furthest start from my mind.
Right.
I wouldn't know what I would do if I wasn't playing basketball. Like, real estate wasn't it, though. That just wasn't it.
So it's safe to say you weren't really thinking about what's next after the game.
No, it's hard to think. It's hard to think what's next. As a player, when you're in it, it's hard to think what's next. Although your career is going to be short-lived.
No doubt about it.
Because you can't play forever.
Exactly.
But as an athlete, when you win it, you never think that. That thought never crosses your mind.
Never crosses your mind.
Nah.
Wow. So if they say it did, they lying.
Yeah, they lying.
I got you.
Yeah, they lying.
I got you. Especially if they get in a bag, a big bag.
Right.
So they really don't give a damn what happened after this here. You know what I mean? I can sustain for a little while.
Yeah.
I actually heard Barry Sanders say that one time. Like, man, I can sustain just off my salary I done made. So
exactly.
I figured out once I leave here.
And that's Barry Sanders, a marquee player.
It's marquee player.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Wow,
man. This game, you gaming us up tonight, Toccara.
Hey, appreciate it.
A lot of this stuff, man, I would have never known, man. Listening to it from your mouth, man, it's some stuff I just don't know how it works and playing on that level, man, the locker rooms and this and that, the scuffles, behind the scene issues with individuals and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I'm sure it happens, right?
Yeah, as a professional, you know, you're a professional now. It's not like you playing for a college team or your high school team where the coach just can control you.
Right.
You know, you grown, you make your own decisions. You mess up, they're gonna fine you. So now they're taking it out your check.
Right.
So coach ain't just gonna sit you down and make you run a couple laps.
Right.
Nah, we docking pay.
Oh my God.
You see what I'm
Don't
saying?
need that. Y'all already breaking bread.
You get a check, we docking pay. You late, we docking pay. You miss, we docking pay. So yeah, exactly. You don't make that much already.
Wow.
You gonna take the money?
Yeah, you gonna take the money? That's gotta be sickening, man. Wow. So, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Real estate. You say your agent
Yep.
from Texas. She was speaking to you on going that direction. How was the real estate school?
Oh man, I went to Gold Coast. So Gold Coast, you can go to the class. Once you pass the class, you take a state test. So I took the hybrid class.
Okay.
7 days. Pass my class in 7 days, then you're ready to take a state test. Do your fingerprint, background, you're ready to take the state test. Take my state test. Failed it the first time, passed the second time.
It was hard as hell.
Yeah, it's wordy. So if you're not paying attention to the verbiage, it'll throw you off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the slightest word throws out the entire answer.
Gotcha.
So got my license, and now I'm like, all right, I'm ready. But you don't know nothing about real estate.
Right.
So the class doesn't prepare you for the field. So I joined Century 21.
Agency.
Yep, joined Century 21, get the education.
Right.
And once I got the game and I made a couple deals, I started off with a 65-35 split. I'm getting 65, bro, I'm getting 35.
Right, if you sell the home.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, 35, that's a lot.
Yeah, I would think.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. So that's a lot of piece of the pie.
Yeah, well, people don't understand up there when they hear it that way. They dare to get as much as you get.
Yeah.
It's so many words.
Exactly.
You know what
Exactly.
I mean? It ain't doing no work.
Thank you.
Right.
So then I ended up finding the company that I'm with right now, which is United Realty Group, which was 100%.
Okay.
So after I learned the game, I went to that 100% company. And you know, I kept my license there. I did it for a while, and that's when my agent came back. Toccara, I got this opportunity for you. I'm doing this. I'm like, I'm making a little bit of money right here.
Right.
I don't gotta run up and down the court.
Right.
I don't gotta get hurt.
Right.
I can just take somebody to a house, see it, they like it, write a contract, boom.
There it is. It's just that simple.
It's really.
Wow. So basically, a lot of your time you get caught up in showing homes and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And explaining to people the game.
Yeah.
Are
Exactly.
you big on explaining?
Yeah, love educating. And,
No doubt.
and it's easy for me because I was a point guard. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
When you play
yeah,
basketball,
yeah.
I'm like the quarterback.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But see, that home buying world is so damn. Cause my 30 year mortgage I bought on this one in the beginning, I got screwed the hell over.
Because you didn't know.
Man, looking at all the money, all these people I had been here 15 years, I'm like, what the hell? How did this happen? I wasn't educated at all in that field. I just like, man, where I sign at? I'm getting my own house.
You get your house.
You know what I mean? Not knowing that I'm getting screwed on the back end of this situation. So I'm learning now. I've done learn now because I just recently spoke with you about me refinancing and getting the 2.5, and that was the best decision I could make. And the guy was explaining to me, he was educating me on, he was a New Jersey guy that got me the 2.5. He said he pushed it in as a 2.5. He said he wasn't expecting to get it, but they took it.
Right.
Not to mention they took it, I was out of work at the time, so I couldn't close it.
Right.
So I was out of 3 months. He held that 2.5. He locked it in.
Okay.
He said I wasn't gonna let him take it. He said they would have had to really push hard for them to take that deal off the table.
Right.
So the minute I went back to work, the second week. He went ahead to put it through, and everything went good. And he saw some people over here, a lady, or some sign, a lady. I did all the documents and all.
You did a mobile sign.
Yeah. And I'm talking about so many papers to car.
Yeah. You listen. You gotta sign these paper about 3-4 times.
Yes.
And it has to be wet signature.
Yes.
So wet signature means you actually signed it, not digitally on the
Right,
computer.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And I can't even tell you I read all this. I was trying to power read through it, man, but you know all the damn verbiage on them papers, man. You know what I mean? So long story short, he was telling me that the principal, he said now when you make your payments, you're gonna see your principal automatically start dropping, going from this point.
Right.
So I bought the house for $189
Okay.
back when I got it 15 years ago. And when I got into learning about how I go, when I got to the point where I was finna refinance it, guess how much I still owe?
About 189.
Hey, who got robbed?
Right.
Somebody robbed the shit out of me, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm like, man, hold on, this can't be right. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's discouraging
It
for a
is.
home buyer.
It is. You know, just like anything, you gotta learn the game.
Gotta learn the game.
So you get your mortgage, right? Now if they would have told you, hey, anytime you can pay a little extra on your principal, do that.
Yeah.
Because you're knocking your principal down.
That's what they say.
Within any payment, at the beginning, the first 15 years, you are gonna pay more interest than principal.
No doubt.
So now you wanna beat the game, start getting a little more on your principal. Because now, guess what? As the principal goes down, the interest is being charged on the principal. So if your principal doesn't move, the interest still being charged on
build
that.
up.
But if you get that principal to keep declining, you're paying interest on the principal. But less principal, less interest.
Gotcha. How many years you been doing it now?
Man, I got my license in 06. I got my real estate license in 06. And even when I was just coaching and, doing basketball, I always make sure I educated myself.
Wow.
I made sure I get designations, just keep myself wrapped up in it. Because I'm like, man, I like the license. I like what it does. I just want to make sure I'm educated on it because even
things change.
Yeah, it always
changes. So something new every time.
Absolutely.
So what? You got to pay when you go to renew your license?
Yeah, so you pay when you renew your license, and now so within the next month, I'm gonna get my broker's license. So that means I can open up my own company.
No doubt about it.
So that's what I did. And just this year in January, I got my mortgage loan originator's license.
Oh, wow.
So I added to the arsenal.
Okay, how much schooling was that?
Man, I did that. That's a 24-hour class, so it's like 3 days. Mm-hmm. So it's a weekend. Took that class. You pass the class, and then you take the state test. Now that state test is harder than the real estate state test.
Really?
Yeah, for real. But it's no math.
No math?
Zero math.
All worded?
All worded. It's probably 4 math questions.
Oh, wow.
You don't need a calculator.
Wow.
It's literally 4 math questions.
Yeah, okay. As far as buying your home, you're homeowner as well, right? Did you have your own deal as far as that?
When I purchased, no.
Okay.
No, when I purchased, no.
Right. But you knew what you was looking at.
Yes.
At that point in time,
yes.
you was like, this ain't no good deal.
I didn't do the mortgage, right. Exactly. I found the house, but didn't do the mortgage. Because I didn't have the license at the time.
Okay. You felt like you got a good deal right out the gate?
Yeah. Because I knew certain things to look for.
You was gamed up already.
Yeah.
Oh my, that man, a lot of people don't got that.
No, they don't. That's true.
Even when buying cars, man, you coming there thinking you finna hit these folk in the head, man. Them folk gonna hit you in the back of your head 3-4 times, man.
Without you
got all knots all across the back of your shit. You look up out of there driving, you got a new vehicle. But you got knots all in the back of your goddamn head.
Look, we just got them.
Exactly. They want to take pictures with you.
Yeah.
At least when I bought my bike, they ring the bell. They okay.
Make you feel good.
They make you feel real good. You walking out of happy, but they got all kind of meat in your ass.
You that check.
Yeah. Call it what it is, man.
That check.
When you don't know.
When you don't know. Absolutely.
Wow, Toccara. So it's safe to say that the basketball realtor, you kind of combined your past life with your current life.
Yeah.
I like the logo.
Thank you.
Love the logo, man. And when I looked at the logo, I said, man, this was very, what do you call that word I'm looking for?
Unique.
Yeah. One of them. Strategic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It ties in, but I see you don't really market that. The basketball side.
Right. So because I was coaching, so I just when this pandemic hit in 2020, in 2012 I started my organization, Sweet Rebound.
Okay.
I was training kids. I had a travel team, and I was doing high school coaching.
Okay.
I pushed real estate to the back burner.
Okay.
But again, still educating myself. But I always made basketball my primary.
Gotcha.
So just this past pandemic in 2020, I was like, man, I got to shift because the world shifted.
Gotcha.
I can't train kids. There's no season. So I was like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Oh, you got your license.
Gotcha.
No worries.
Gotcha.
People always buying houses.
Right.
People always need a place to
Without
stay.
about it.
People always need a place
They
to
ain't
stay.
building no more land.
That's
You
what
can't
I'm saying.
build land.
Exactly.
It's there.
You can build a house.
You can build a house.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
So yeah,
So,
I did that, and I can't escape basketball. So it's like, don't fight it. Just use it.
Gotcha.
So, I tagged basketball realtor.
Okay.
And then when I got my mortgage license, I was like, man, it gotta be something else.
Gotcha.
So I said, basketball real estate mobile.
Wow.
I want to be a mobile.
Yeah.
I'm a brand myself.
Man, shoot for that.
Absolutely.
And you're gonna achieve it, man. It's clear that you've been jumping over hurdles. Man, keep doing what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I salute you, sister.
Appreciate it.
Man, you're doing your thing, man.
Appreciate
I'm
it.
glad I had an opportunity tonight to sit with you, man.
Yeah.
And chop it up with you, man. You like regular people.
Yeah, for sure.
I love that.
A lot of people don't know though. I don't know. I don't know what it is. They think I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm real chill.
Yeah. People get that misconception about folk when they feel like they done played on the collegiate level. They're supposed to be some certain mental space. And everybody ain't that way, man.
I'm probably a nerd.
Yeah, you would say? You would say for real?
I think people do think I'm a nerd.
Really?
Yeah, if you know me a little bit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not.
Nerd is cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
I'm a nerd, but I can still play a hood. I can switch it on and off.
No doubt
and that's
about it.
important.
It's
You know
very
what I'm saying?
important.
Gotta know your audience.
Yeah, just to your environment, man. That's just with it. Know who you talking to.
Better.
You know what I mean? That's just how it works. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You gotta put the suit on when it's time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, man, Toccara, man, this is fucking amazing, man. I can't even lie to you, man. I had a couple friends. I feel good, man. This interview, man, I hate it got an end, man. But all good things come to an end, unfortunately, man. Wow. But I want, before we get out of here, I want you to tell these people how to find you, man. Tell them. They don't know.
All right, you can find me on IG. The Basketball Real Estate Mogul. That's pretty much on all my social medias. Website is thebasketballrealtor.com. Google my business, The Basketball Realtor. I'm there. Or just Google me, Toccara Williams. The basketball person will pop up, but you can see that real estate stuff too.
Straight up, man. Man, it's been another dope-ass podcast at the Chopper Power with Toccara Williams, man. The Basketball Realtor. Y'all fuck with it, man. We doing big things over here at the Chopper Power, man. Y'all, I'm gonna keep knocking at that door till they open it. Y'all just understand me right here, man. This is huge. I want to also thank her for coming through tonight to bless us with this opportunity. Man, this is the Chop Up Hour. I am FattMann. This is Toccara Williams. We are out of here. Yo!